Welcome. My name is Farnaz, co-founder and CTO at NovoEd, the online social learning platform. NovoEd started as a prototype for my PhD project back at Stanford University with the name Venture Lab. So Chalk Easley, a professor at the Stanford Management Science and Engineering Department, wanted to offer a technology entrepreneurship class online. He looked at technology solutions back then, and his choice was to offer his class as a collection of lectures with a few quizzes to test whether students have learned about the course experience. But he had a different vision for his class. He wanted the students to form teams, to work together, to present their work to the class, receive feedback, and move forward to finally and hopefully creating an actual business out of this class, an actual startup out of this class. So my advisor, Amin Sabari, and I decided to help him with offering this experience online while experimenting with teams and incentives in an online learning environment. So the technology entrepreneurship class from Stanford University pretty much started with, on March 12th of 2012 with 3 HTML pages. There was a sign-up page that asked users for their first name, last name, and email address. Then another page that asked them for their profile information. And that was it, a thank you note, and the students had to wait for something else to happen. So with those 3 HTML pages, I was surprised to see 40,000 students signing up for this class. And it was a 12-week experience. It was supposed to be a 12-week course, and I had 12 weeks to code day and night, to prototype, to build a lot of minimum viable products, to help these students take the next steps with their class. So it ended up being one of the more engaging online classes, with 10,000 students completing the class with us and submitting an opportunity analysis project. The first milestone in the class was for students to form teams and to work together, brainstorm on possible business ideas that they could work throughout the 12 weeks. So I needed the first prototype for teams. And well, as the famous prototyping code says, make sure you're building the right it before making it right. So I started just working on an algorithm that would put students into teams based on their profile information and engagement metrics in the class. And the teams back then were pretty rudimentary. They were short-term. They had fixed numbers. People couldn't change their teams. And we pretty much gave our students a list of names and a button to contact each other. And that was it. We didn't tell them how to work together online. And the product back then didn't have any collaboration tools or any ways to teach the students how working online together could happen. But we were so lucky. We had a very engaged community of students. On the discussion forums, they started telling each other about the problems they were running into, working with an international team, a remote team, 2 people from China, 3 people from the US, different time zones, and they were supposed to brainstorm on ideas. And they came up with guides on how teamwork could work online, and what are the problems they were running into, what are the best practices around holding effective meetings or working together. And the problems they ran into, the needs they had, and the tools they used, the free tools they used online back then, created the basics of what a team workspace looks like right now on NovoEd. Our first batch of students on the platform were one of the most amazing and the most valuable assets to us. They were engaged, they were committed, and they were very forgiving. So things would break, many things would go wrong, and they would come back just with feedback. And I would engage with them on the discussion forums, listening to them, and reflecting on their feedback, and making the process of engaging in the class better and better over time. And that gave them just a better sense of belonging. After 2-3 projects, after, you can imagine, like 4 weeks, 5 weeks into the class, they brought it to my attention that, well, they have submitted 3 open-ended assignments, business models, presentations, and, well, they haven't received any feedback from anyone. They have received announcements from the class instructor and generic feedback on everything, but nothing personalized to their work and nothing that can help them make progress. So Well, my goal was providing them the best learning experience ever. So I wanted to provide them feedback. The only challenge was that on campus, we normally have a class of 40 people taking this class. We have a few TAs, we have mentors, and a very easy way of providing feedback to people and make sure that they are making progress. This time I had a class that was 1,000 times bigger. I had no TAs, but we had a community of engaged learners. So we crowdsourced feedback. We implemented a calibrated peer feedback mechanism where students see submissions that are already evaluated by the instructor, calibrate the qualitative and quantitative feedback they had left for the submission versus the instructors, and hopefully learn how to give feedback to each other. So this process is actually, has been used in UCLA since 10, 12 years ago, and statistically it provides accurate grading estimates, accurate quantitative feedback. So I launched the first peer review process using the calibrated feedback mechanism. I had a bad habit of launching things late at night. So I woke up the next morning, and the audience was pretty international. So they were up when I was resting. So I came online to an unexpected outcome. I saw our forums blowing up with discussions about the mistrust in the feedback people are receiving. And to me, those were just signs of a bigger problem. So I dived into data. And I looked at the feedback that different teams are receiving. The feedback was either too generic, like, I like your work, great job, which is not constructive in any ways, or pretty negative, pointing out all the problems that exist in the submission without giving the submitter a way to make progress. So I realized that nobody has taught our online students how to provide qualitative feedback. And well, just looking at a text box, at a paragraph of text provided by the instructor and having a text box to enter it wasn't going to teach them to do it. So we had another assignment coming up, so I got to work, and the design challenge was to teach online students with international students with different backgrounds at different stages in their career how to give high-quality feedback to each other. And we discovered, my intern, Kanit, and I discovered a new concept, actually. It's called the feedback capture grid. And it is this very simple but amazing concept that turns one box of feedback to 4. It asks the reviewer about the things they liked about the submission, then things that could be improved, and the things the reviewer didn't understand, and the new ideas that the submitter should consider for the future. Right? So this very, very simple reframing of feedback from one text box into 4 of them just helped our students be way more constructive with feedback. They would start with the positive and then move on to actually pointing out what can actually be improved as opposed to just pointing out the mistakes. And then they would just give the submitter some food for thought, some place where they can make progress with either this particular submission or their work in general. 2.5 years have passed from that day. And I am very proud to say that as a company, we have maintained the culture of rapid prototyping and the culture of going with minimum viable products, testing on our users, and actually iterating on what could work best for them. Designing for education is one of the most rewarding design challenges I have ever been faced with. It is challenging in the sense that there are many learners come to our platform, and I can imagine any learning platform, with many different goals. They come with different backgrounds. They are in different places in their careers, especially with adult learners. And the learning experience is supposed to cater to all of the different goals they have and meet them where they are. And basically help them to get what they want to get out of this experience. So, the web, the internet, and the fact that 22% of people in the world have access to some kind of a smartphone and some kind of a high-speed, low-speed, medium-speed internet is actually opening a world of new opportunities for education. This new medium has changed the way we shop, the way we handle our social life, the way we plan our dates, many, many things we do. And we have yet to see the impact it's going to have on education and on reframing the way people learn online. So education is, to me, it's the first human right. And it is the 21st century, and still cost, availability, and access are very common challenges with education almost everywhere in the world. And this new medium that we have can help us actually address those challenges in an effective way. It can help us move away from thinking about the lecture hall experience and think about what we actually got on campus when we were in college or when we were going through grad school. The collaboration experience, meeting new people, being exposed to new ideas, and basically creating a network that actually helps us throughout our life. So modern technology has helped us in so many ways and can help us even more by teaching, by helping us teach our students the 21st century skills they need in the workforce: critical thinking, creative problem solving, and collaboration, and communication, actually. I forgot that one. And so education is expensive, and it's not only because of the cost of the tuition, it's also because of the fact that for a 2-year master's degree, I need to pretty much leave my life for 2 years and go to school, and then start again afterwards and start working. Especially for continuing education, adult learners, all of us are learning throughout our careers. As an engineer, I have to learn new programming languages, new design patterns, new technologies all the time. So this technology is going to help us to meet their learner literally where they are, and actually where they are with their career and with the goals they have in life. And last but not least, the fact that there are these mobile phones, the websites, the web platforms, are actually collecting a ton of data about from student interactions with the technology. This data is quite helpful in first of all, letting us understand how students are learning, what are the different processes that help them learn, what are the different learning opportunities that they engage with better, and actually give them a personalized learning experience. And that is the ultimate goal of many learning platforms like that of ours. So as we have a new medium, we should develop a new understanding of how that medium is going to help us develop novel solutions and hopefully improve lives for better. Thank you.